Okay, now let's start with OOPS concepts. We have 4 OOPS concepts and one of them is encapsulation. So let's take an example to understand encapsulation. First of all, I'm creating one more variable here, public int times, and I'm giving it a value of 3. I'm just modifying this message here. Plus times plus. I'm gonna need to call this method now. Create object of class A. Just run this and there you go. I sleep 3 times in a day. Now I want the value of this times variable to be always equal to 3. I don't want this to be changed, as I want the output to this only. But since this is a public variable, I told you public variable can be accessed anywhere within this project. If someone else wants to use this times variable, he should not modify it directly. We should modify the value of variables using methods. So encapsulation helps us achieve this. What encapsulation does is it prevents the code and data being randomly accessed by other code defined outside the class. Now, how to achieve encapsulation? First of all, take this off. We don't need this. Let's create a new class. We use Java beans. For this, I'm giving it a name of Java bean. You can give it any name. Now I'm creating one variable, private int times. Now we need to generate getters and setters method for this. To set the value of this variable, setter method, and to get the set value, we use getter method. Now how to use this? First of all, right click, go to source and click on generate getters and setters. Click here, click this, hit enter. Okay, now getters and setters are generated. Now naming convention of this is, for getter method use get followed by a space and then times. For times, the first alphabet will be in caps. Now you can see here, this is times with small t. After get, just use the uppercase T in uppercase times, and similarly for set times, set followed by times with T in uppercase. Now I'll tell you how to set and get those values. First of all, let's create object of our Java bean class. Java bean equals new Java bean. First we'll set the value dot set times. Now here we'll give the value, whatever value we want to set. Let's give it a value of 5. Now since we have set the value, now we'll get the value from getter method, jbean dot get times. Now we should get the output as I sleep 5 times in a day. There you go, I sleep 5 times in a day. Now how did this work? First of all, we created object of our bean class. Our bean class was this. First of all, the variables, your variables should always be private. You should not access them directly. Since private means this can be accessed within this class only, you cannot access this anywhere outside this class, even it is in same package. So this will prevent the direct access of variable by any other class but this class. Only this class can access this directly, and any other class cannot modify the value of times variable directly. Now first of all, when we gave jb.setTime, we should always first set the value, then we should get the value. What jb.setTime will do is, we are passing 5 and 5 is integer. You can see here it is taking one argument as integer, so times will be 5. And in last video I told you how to use this dot times means this instance variable of this class. It will initialize this value to 5, and when we'll call getter method of this class jbean.get times, it will return 5. This times means this times, which was set here as 5. So as a result we get 5 here when we call this method, and when we ran our program, there you go, I sleep 5 times in a day. So this is how encapsulation is achieved. Your variables should be private, and you should use public getters and setter methods to set and get values of those private variables. You should not ever access variables directly. You should always use getters and setters methods. If you have 3 variables, generate getters and setters for it, and get the value, set the value. First set the value, and after that you can just call getter method to get that value. This is how encapsulation is achieved in Java.